with jobs leaving the country. We needed to do something to redevelop small-scale manufacturing, and I thought that the Midwest, and Detroit specifically, is a really good place to see if that movement could take hold. I'm Zakary Pashak. I'm the owner and president at Detroit Bikes. So I moved to Detroit in 2010. I had a background in municipal politics back in Canada, where I'm originally from. And so for me, the bicycle is sort of the critical, interesting piece of urban transportation because it's healthy, it's clean, it's economically viable for almost anyone. This factory that we're in is the largest bicycle frame manufacturer in the United States, and it's not all that large relative to the industry, but for America, it's quite big. I was involved in businesses in Canada, and some of them were successful, and I also made some real estate investments that did really well for me. So when I moved from Canada to the United States, that was one of those rare times where the Canadian dollar was worth more than the American dollar. Usually it's worth a lot less, but the timing for me was good. I sold everything I had in Canada, and I took that money and moved it to the United States into American dollars. So setting up a factory is really challenging, and I've overcome a lot. I mean, not just me, this organization has overcome a lot. In the beginning, we were fabricating our own machinery. So that's a whole business in itself, figuring out how to make your own machines to make bikes with. So we're using very fancy American chromoly steel. So it's a really strong steel, which means that you can use less material, and then it's a more lightweight frame. We've got a retail store in downtown Detroit. The storefront went in 2013, I think is when, maybe a little later. But there were nothing but vacancies all around us in Capitol Park. And if you go down to Capitol Park now, you'll see that there are no vacancies. We're in 50 to 100 different retailers across the country. But our bigger business is usually contract manufacturing for other brands and other companies. So at our peak of production here in this building, we had 85 employees. My job here is to facilitate the production. So I need to hire the right people, and I need to make sure they have what they need to produce bikes well. They're called Detroit Bikes because it's the people from this city, it's the expertise of this city, the manufacturing background here that goes into making this product. Final assembly is different from complete assembly. Complete assembly that we do here allows us to avoid the tariff. On an 85% assembled bike, the full tariff goes on it. And that means that we're not buying a bike in a box, we're buying a box of bike parts. Many boxes of bike parts, and then we take all those parts and we put them together into the bike. At the end of the day, the tariffs are net positive for me in my business. With time, we've learned all the tricks and we've made our mistakes, and now we're making, I think, a very high quality product. But I wouldn't say that just because we were making that in America, all of a sudden it was better quality overnight. It still takes time to become good at manufacturing. My vision for a business that could hire 300 to 400 people from this neighborhood hasn't come true yet. It's a slow, steady form of growth. It's not overnight success, but I believe that with time, more customers will start to understand local production and what it means and how valuable it can be.